mean, when I was 18, I had my first son.
How did that feel at
Everything
that?
I was doing.
The age of 18?
I mean, you know, you always get told, don't you? Put a lid on it. Do you know what I mean? Never listen, though. So, but then again, let's be honest, who listened to that?
No.
But if you are watching this, you should definitely listen to that. But, you know, when I was 18, I was just, so my missus got pregnant, and I'm still with her now, 12 years.
Good.
Got pregnant when I was 17. You know, she gave birth when I was 18 to my son Oscar. He's 10 now.
It's crazy. So you got, so I've got a 7-year-old.
So I'm 28.
You're younger and you got a
10-year-old. And I've got a
10-year-old.
10-year-old, and I've also got an 8-year-old. I've got 2 boys. And obviously, I think, you know, as dumb as it sounds, a lot of people view young parenthood as like, oh, you've wasted your life, you've wasted this, you've wasted that. I actually disagree so much. And I say that because there's this allure and there's this kind of, people look at it as like a lifestyle of, oh, well, when you're young, you should travel and do this and do that. And I get it completely. But the thing is about being young is 9 times out of 10, you ain't got much money.
No.
You just haven't got much money. So actually what you find is a lot of the time these young people are in debt from uni and whatever, and they're living a lifestyle through uni funding that they actually haven't got. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
no, I agree, yeah.
But regardless of that, a lot of people think you waste your life when you have kids young. But the thing is, I had my son when I was 18. By the time my eldest son is 18, I'll be 36. I'll be in a much better financial place than I ever would have been when I was 18, 19 and 20. I'll be much more stable, and I'll be able to travel and do a lot more things than I would have at 18, 19.
Yeah.
So I might have done it the wrong, you know, the other way around, but I actually think this way around is going to benefit me more.
Yeah.
It'll be more
But
mature.
you also travel a lot now, don't you? So
I mean, yeah, you know, there's exactly, and that's the thing with this line of work, isn't it? Is there's a lot of travel involved now, but you know, like just having that free time when when I am in my mid-30s with my missus, where we can go and travel and enjoy the world together. It's like, I don't view that as a bad thing. Plus, you know, the one thing having kids young has done for me is taught me how to be a man very early on. Do you know what I mean? And to be a provider, because I suppose that was the one thing, like being 17, 18, where I was growing up, I was a bit of a knob. I think most 17, 8-year-olds are. And I don't mean that offensively to anyone, like I don't. But the one thing I remember being when I was 17, 18 was thinking that I was the man and that I knew it all. And you don't know fuck all.
No.
You don't know shit.
I remember being 16, going around town, maybe even 15, I don't know, and wanting to start on blokes and wanting them to start. You know,
Imagine.
It's just, it's ridiculous.
You just get absolutely paved. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, but at the time, you think you're that. You do. It's like now, like I get 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds DM me, and they talk the most. And I just think, if only you knew. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if only you. Like I wish you had that knowledge now.
Yeah.
To see how stupid you sound. And that's why, like when I do get like soft trolls like message me, I just entertain it, but not in a nasty way. I'm just like, love you, bro. I just keep saying love you, bro. Like I just.
You'll get there.
It's just like, you know what I mean? But it's just it's softness. But yeah, I suppose having kids is what forced me to kind of grow up, and then additionally to that, it also forced me to have a strong work ethic. Do you know what I mean?
So
when I was 18, like I was a night manager for Asda. So I was a manager in kind of retail really young. And I was always running that. Night manager for Asda, I was in the kind of 50, 60 hours a week. I was pushing the boat out just to make as much as I could. You know, I moved my missus and me out by like kind of 19, 20, got my own place, a nice house, moved both my kids in with us, obviously. Because we needed that space at the time. We were living with her dad, and it was nothing against him. Do you know what I mean? It was just, you know, I'm a big guy, and you know, like my kids, 2 boys, her. We just needed some space, so it's good to get out. But it really did force me to have a work ethic that I didn't know I had at the time. Do you know what I mean? Which is good, and it instilled that in me. So you know, by the time I was 25, 26, I'd been like a night manager for Asda, a store manager for JD, service manager for Argos, trading manager for Asda again. Like I'd got myself around. Do you know what I mean?
And all the roles sound like they were always managerial.
They were always managerial. But it's because I always had a thing. And this is a little tip from me for people that do work in retail: is every 2 years you should be looking to refresh. Never stay somewhere longer than 2 years, because one retail-based benefits are nothing. There is no benefit to staying somewhere for 20 years. They cap your payment, like your redundancy payment, at 20 years. They only pay you a week's salary per year that you're there anyway. So
I remember
overall,
that,
you're not going to get that much money anyway. Do you know what I mean? So what I always say is get the money now. And the reason I say that is because when you move external, you're always going to earn more money. So every time you get a new job externally to another company, they will pay you more than they would have paid someone internally stepping up, because you're external talents. They have to pay more. So every 2 years, I would always switch job. I haven't spent longer than 2 years in any retail job anywhere, and I would always get an extra few grand every couple of years, and that was how I treated it. Do you know what I mean? And then I suppose, oh God, where do I even start here? So I've always been a gamer. Like, you know, who hasn't been a game at Modern Warfare 2? Good lord. Like, the amount of time I put into, like, gaming when I was kind of 10 to 17 was astronomical. But I've definitely probably put a good an actual year of time in that 7-year period was spent.
See, this is
games.
crazy. Let me just say to you, right, to hear that you're a gamer and you put that much time into it, my brain goes, what the fuck are you on about?
Mate.
Right? But I know, the thing is, I know it's a huge thing, but I actually don't, I don't understand it. And I will say, right, bearing in mind, like, this is just my flippant ADHD, I've bought a PlayStation, a brand new one twice. I bought a 360, what's it called? The fucking Xbox. I don't even know what they're called, look. And I bought an Xbox. I went fucking nuts and bought everything just because I was like, that whole, like, let's get obsessed with it, and I never got into it. And I tried to force myself to get into it because I wanted
Do you know
to
what I think
have
it
that.
is? I think once you hit a certain age, you just
You
stop.
can't.
You
Yeah.
stop.
Mine was more adult.
And I think if you were younger in that
Doing
time period
that,
of when it was blowing,
then
you
you'd
would
have
have
been
been
hooked.
just as hooked as anyone else. And I think it's like me now. Like, I barely touch a game now at all. And it's because I don't care for them. But if you were to say to me just 3-4 years ago, do you think you'll ever stop playing games? I'd have gone, shut up, hell no. Do you know what I mean?
I'll stop breathing.
No, that's like saying I'll stop. Yeah, literally, I'll stop breathing. Like, no way will I. But now it's like I've got a gaming room dedicated. You know, I've got my 3 triple monitor set up. Gaming PC, PS5, Xbox, you name it. Got my streaming set up. Got like a whole graffiti wall behind me. I spent so much money on this room, and now it's like, anytime I go in there, it's like a YouTube video for lifting, and then I don't go in there, or I go in there to use my mini fridge and get like an Abe can out or whatever I want to get out, or a beer. Do you know what I mean? I don't use the room.
Why did you keep it? Is that just a bit of a
I suppose it's my space. Yeah. So, I mean, it's still my space.
Do your lads use it, or is it not?
They do. My boys will go down and be like, "Can I use your game?" They've both, you know, they've got PS5s and everything themselves, but they'll be like, "Can we use your PC or use it?" And they will use it, but it's just, I suppose I'm not ready to let go of it yet. Even though you know,
little baby.
Like, it is, yeah. It's like my baby, but